Welcome to Agenda 2063 TV show, the only show in Ghana, region, continent, telling you authentic stories about Africa's integration. And although we spend the better part of the series occasionally touching on issues around African Continental Free Trade Area, we're always going to come back to the issue of Agenda 2063. Agenda 2063 is the Africa we want, and we are here to tell you those stories through different sectors, different themes, different interviews. My name is Emmanuel K. Benson Jr. I'm happy to be here once again, presenting the necessary and relevant information to you about Africa. Happy to be here. We're going to take a break in a minute and return with our normal 2 segments. We'll be right back. Okay, so welcome back from the break, and we're going to zoom straight right into the APRM Watch, Africa Peer Review Mechanism Watch. Now, I'm very happy to be presenting that to you today because there are 2 reasons why I think it's important to talk to you about APRM. First of all, APRM celebrated 18 years of its existence, 9th March, just a couple of weeks ago. However, 18th March, a couple of days ago, APRM Watch finally did the celebration because they wanted to bring in the 6th region, that is the diaspora. They were doing it in collaboration with the Delaware State University, a black university in the U.S. They brought in, familiar faces of the 80s like Kool and the Gang, and then other dancers and artists who would help let people know that even if we're talking about Africa's governance can be done through songs and artists and so on. So the APRM did that. But what was interesting about 18th to 19th March also was because management decided to push the date of 9th March 9 days later to allow not only to allow the 6th region of the diaspora to play a greater role, but also the Africa Youth Economic Forum took place virtually. There was 2 days of discussion among youth, talking about different aspects of Africa's integration. It was an opportunity to confront issues around the youth and economic governance in a way that they had not been done, for example, the APRM Youth Symposium that took place in Chad in 2019, long before COVID happened. Now, the second issue, reason why it's interesting to be talking to you about APRM is that finally, the APRM boss a couple of days ago was here in Accra to pay a visit to the AFTA Secretary General Wamkele Mene. So what has happened now is that APRM and the AFTA Secretariat are now exploring ways of collaboration. Now remember that we on this show predicted this we didn't predict the collaboration, but we predicted the importance of the 2 institutions talking last year. It looked inevitable, it looked that it needed to happen because by all means, given where APRM is going on promoting Africa's good governance, by all means, AFTA is not just a free trade area, it's about how a free trade area can also promote good governance on the continent. So for some of us, it made sense. So one of the greatest outcomes of that meeting is that for the APRM AFTA, it looks like one of the things that the AFTA Secretariat has asked of APRM is for them to establish a trade monitoring, evaluation and reporting tool that will help assist in tracking the implementation of the AFTA agreement. But also they want to help fast track the member states to ratify and sign the trade agreement. They believe that APRM has the capacity to help build a system to do that. So we'll be giving you more updates on that, about the linkage between APRM and AFTA Secretariat and how the 2 together can work together for us to get the Africa we want. At the end of the day, it's all about Agenda 2063, the African dream if you want, so we can make it happen. So let's do that. We're going to take a break in a minute, then we'll return with Ear on East Africa. We'll be right back. So welcome back from the break and welcome to another conversation on Ear on East Africa. There's a lot of things. East Africa is always a very exciting place to zoom into virtually because there's always very interesting discussions happening in Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, South Sudan, and so on and so forth. Very interestingly, today day, one of the things that is happening is a forum in Nairobi called Attaining Universal Internet Access in Kenya. What measures should be put in place? So some of one of the speakers includes someone from the Kenya authority dealing with ICT and so on, and then there are two other speakers, and they have a couple of sponsors. But the important thing is to get people to have a conversation, an ordinary forum for people to talk about how Safaricom, which is probably the largest telecommunications company in Kenya, to get ordinary people to find ways in which Safaricom can provide internet access across the country. Now that's something that we probably need to do in all African countries, because right now with COVID happening, with everybody being on Zoom and all these other things, it's important that our data is good and it's stable and it exists. The data should not just be a figure, it should exist, we should feel it. If we are to feel it, what that means is that our authority, in Ghana we have the National Communications Authority. The question we can begin to ask is, what is the National Communication Authority in Ghana and its equivalent in other countries? What are they doing to come together to say that in the era of COVID, there should be sanctions on mobile telecommunications companies that are not offering their data